Hey, it's Nathan from Pack Hacker, and in this review we're going to be taking a look at the Heimplanet Monolith Weekender. Here at Pack Hacker we do travel gear and backpack reviews like this all the time, so if you're new here, consider subscribing. We've been testing this pack for the last month now, and it's seen use on a 10-day trip to Portugal. So let's see how well it performed and get right into this review. With its streamlined design and tactical style, we're digging the overall look of this pack. However, we polled our Instagram audience and only 41% agreed. And make sure you're following @PackHacker on Instagram so you can take part in our future polls. Now, the branding on this pack is minimal and discreetly positioned, which we really like. There is a Heimplanet logo on the molly at the front of the pack, as well as the main compartment zipper pulls and G-hooks. On the back and side handle of the pack, there is a small tab with Heimplanet on too. And at the time of this review, the Monolith Weekender is available in 3 colours: black, copper red and pine green. All 3 will work in most environments and won't scream tourist either. We went with black, but if you fancy a pop of colour, the nice and subdued green and red packs are a great alternative. Onto the materials, this pack is made from a ballistic nylon, which is a lightweight, durable and tear-resistant fabric. And it was first used in World War II flak jackets, and if it's good enough for that, it's good enough for us. The denier is 840D at the front and 1680D around the rest of the pack. And while ballistic nylon isn't waterproof, Heimplanet has coated theirs with a polyurethane, so it is highly weather resistant. The compression strap and shoulder strap attachments are all custom made metal G-hooks. They feel strong and we've been impressed with just how well they lock in. And it's little touches like this that show us just how much Heimplanet think and care about their backpacks, because it would have been very easy for them just to throw some plastic buckles on. And finally, all of the zips on this thing are YKK. The main clamshell zip is a number 10, the external pockets are all number 8, and the internal zips are number 5. YKK makes some of the most reliable zips on the market, and Heimplanet definitely hasn't cut any corners here. They're all reverse coil too, which we think is a great choice. And it basically means that the coil sits underneath the fabric, and this will stop dirt and grime from getting on that coil. And finally, Heimplanet include a pouch of different coloured zipper pulls with this thing, which we think is a really nice touch, and something we'd like to see other manufacturers take note of. We decided to swap out some of the existing black zipper pulls with these coloured ones, and they helped with quickly locating each compartment. Plus, they add a nice pop of colour too, which is nice. Moving into the external components, there is no better place to start than with the harness system, as the Monolith Weekender can be carried both as a backpack and a messenger bag. Starting with the backpack style, the thick padding on the shoulder straps provide a very comfortable carry, even when this thing is maxed out weight-wise. This is a big pack though, and while it will fit a 6-foot frame well, anyone under that height may find it a tad large. And while we found it comfortable without any additional features, Heimplanet does sell a sternum strap and a hip belt on their website for extra support. If you plan on walking long distances with this thing, we'd recommend picking them up. But if you're only going from the airport to your Airbnb, you're probably going to be alright. Moving on to the back panel, which is well padded and sits snug against your back. However, it's not rigid and the airflow isn't great either, so get ready for some back sweat if you're wearing this thing for a little while. And now to transition this thing into a messenger bag. To do this, simply unhook the G-hooks, tuck the bottom straps into the holes at the bottom, and stuff the shoulder straps down the zippered opening at the top. It's a quick and efficient process and one of the better hideaway harness systems we've tested. And with it now all neatly tucked away, we can add the provided shoulder strap to the outside of this pack. This is done by attaching the G-hooks on either end of the strap through the webbing on the side of the bag. While we don't use this style of carry often, we're pleased to say that it actually works really well, which is surprising considering most bags that have this kind of additional carry usually add it on as an afterthought and it just doesn't work that well in practice. The flexible back panel works in your favour here because it curves around your body, and the strap features plenty of comfortable padding too. If you're loading this pack full of gear, we'd still recommend carrying it as a backpack, but the messenger style carry provides a great alternative when you're not. There are 2 grab handles on this thing, one on the top and one on the side. There's no padding, which is a shame, but they do feel strong and work well when you need to grab this pack in a hurry. And on the side of this pack, there are 2 compression straps that help limit the depth of the bag, especially when you're not carrying this thing at full capacity. This compression system is made up of 2 components. A Velcro system on the right side of the bag that can also be used to hold a rain jacket, and a G-hook buckle on the left side that you pull the strap through to compress the pack. At this point as well, we have to bring up this bag's impressive dangle-free experience, because the excess straps roll up and secure in place with a Velcro fastener. And this same feature can be found on the shoulder straps too, meaning you won't find a single dangling strap on this pack, and we think that's pretty awesome. Now onto the front of this pack, there are 3 rows of MOLLE, which is a modular system for you to attach pouches and other gear. Heimplanet makes a range of monolith pouches that can be used with this system, and we found that the small monolith pouch works perfectly on the front of this pack, and we used it to store our earbuds for quick access. This MOLLE is also a great place to attach a carabiner clip to, which can be used to hang items off the outside of this pack like a water bottle. Why wouldn't you just pop your bottle into the designated water bottle pocket though? Because the Monolith Weekender doesn't have one. Now, this is a surprising oversight for us considering how well made and thought through the rest of the external components are, and it's a shame not to have one. Diving inside this pack, we'll start with the 2 quick grab pockets. The first one is located on the front and is a great go-to pocket for all of your essentials, like your passport, wallet and phone. The second quick grab pocket is on the top, and this is where we put our sunglasses. And the zippered access to this one is on the back of the pack, so it's a great place to put your more valuable items. We first came across a pocket like this on the Sangfist Zach backpack, and we've been big fans of them ever since. Moving on to the main compartment that opens up all the way thanks to its clamshell design. And this helps with packing because you can see exactly what's going on inside. Although because the main compartment is essentially a large 40-litre bucket, we'd highly recommend using packing cubes to compartmentalize everything and help with organization. And in the middle of this thing, you'll see there are 4 rows of MOLLE that can be used to secure stuff to the middle of the pack. We found that the medium monolith pouch is a great fit here. However, we found it a bit odd to have it fixed to the middle of the pack, underneath everything else inside. We like the idea of having MOLLE inside of a pack, but at this location, it's just not practical. The MOLLE inside the GoRuck GR2 works a lot better, as it sits at the top of everything in the main compartment. Now on the other side, there are 2 large mesh compartments. These are great for storing flatter items, and there's a bit of depth to them too if you want to squeeze in anything slightly larger. And something that we really like is that Heimplanet provides you with a pack sack, which can be used for your dirty clothes or your shoes. We were impressed with how practical this piece of gear was, and actually found ourselves utilising it more than we thought we would. And the mesh compartments were a great place to store it when not in use. And finally, there is a zippered compartment here that will fit most 15-inch laptops. We like that this padded compartment is located in the middle of the bag, protecting it from any drops, but we did find the opening a bit small and tricky to access. And just adding an inch to either side of this opening would have made it a lot better. At the time of this review, we've been testing the Heimplanet Monolith Weekender for the last month, and it's seen use on a 10-day trip to Portugal, as well as frequent trips to the coffee house. With its quality craftsmanship, durable materials, and solid components like the metal G-hooks and YKK zippers, Heimplanet has clearly built this pack to last, and we hold no concerns over its durability. In testing, we found the Monolith Weekender to be a solid pack that works well for one-bag travel. We do have some gripes like the lack of a water bottle pocket, but this is a pack we feel comfortable taking anywhere in the world, knowing full well it'll handle anything you throw at it. Onto the pros and cons. This is a durable pack that's made with quality materials. The excess straps can be neatly hidden away for a dangle-free experience, and it's a comfortable carry as both a backpack and a messenger bag. Now the cons, the laptop compartment opening could be a bit wider. There's no water bottle pocket, and it's not suitable for smaller frames. The Heimplanet Monolith Weekender is a great addition to the one-bag travel market, and another solid product from Heimplanet. Apart from some minor gripes, this is a well thought out pack that scores highly in practicality, durability and craftsmanship. If you're looking for a large carry-on compliant backpack to throw a load of gear into, the Monolith Weekender is worth a serious look. Thanks for taking a look at our review of the Heimplanet Monolith Weekender. Let us know in the comments what you think of this pack, and head over to packhacker.com/newsletter, sign up for our newsletter and never miss an update. Thanks for checking this one out. We'll see you in the next video. Kind of attack.